Hello, everyone, and welcome to my cozy corner. Usually, we're here playing video games together, but today I want to try something different. This year, one of my goals was to read 30 books, and I actually did it. I completed the goal a couple days ago, and today is December 30th, so I thought it would be such a fitting moment to go over all the books I've read in 2025 and rank them in a tier list. Let's get right into it. I created this tier list that we're going to be using today, and I've added all the book covers of the books that I've read. They're in no particular order. I just imported them and they got randomly sorted. So they're not in order that I've read them or in ranking order. They're just in random order. And I wanted to quickly go over the different tiers that I set up. The top tier is an instant all-time favorite. Think of this as like God tiers, 6 stars. They're very little amount of books that I will reread. Most of them I don't reread, but some of them I do. And the ones that go into that tier are those ones. Then next up, we have Thinking About It Constantly. This is a 5-star and a favorite of the year, one that I've really enjoyed, that I talk to and recommend to everyone. Next up, we have Enjoyed the Journey. These ones are books that are okay. Like, I've enjoyed them. They're good. I will recommend them if someone is specifically looking for that sort of book, but they're on like the 3 to 4 star range. And then I have Forgettable But Fine. So those are the books that they were okay as I was reading them, but I'll probably forget about them at some point. They're not going to be the first ones that I recommend, but they were good. I enjoyed them while I was reading them, but just nothing to rave about. And then the last year, it's the ones that I've DNF'd or soft DNF'd. I think I've DNF'd only a couple this year, so not too many on that tier either, but they are here. They're here, so we need a rank to put them in because those are books that I didn't finish. So the first one we have is A Curse Carved in Bone, and this one is one that I actually very recently read. The book is by Danielle L. Jensen, and please forgive me if I'm butchering the names. I usually don't know how things are pronounced, so I don't know how things are pronounced all the time, so please apologize for that in advance, and if I'm saying something super wrong, please let me know in the comments down below. For this one, I'm gonna put it under Enjoyed the Journey. I don't think I would forget about this book anytime soon, but it was, without giving any spoilers, it was just not one that I'm thinking about it constantly and that I'm raving about. It's the second book on the Saga of the Unfaded. We actually have the first book as well in this list. I read that earlier this month and as part of my book club picks. So we'll be rating that one as well. But for this one, it was the end of the journey for those characters. I enjoyed it. I was glad I read it. Next up, we have Big Magic. And actually, I really enjoyed Big Magic. I am not thinking about it constantly, but it's one I would recommend if someone is particularly looking for this one. So maybe I'll put it under Enjoyed the Journey, but in front of the previous one. Big Magic is by Elizabeth Gilbert. Yes, Elizabeth Gilbert. And I really enjoyed it. I am a very creative person. I love creating stuff with my hands. I love drawing. I love crafting, all sorts of crafts. It's something that it's been in my family for a few generations, and it just brings me joy and comfort. I really enjoyed reading about creativity and how different people fit creativity within their lives and learning more about that. That was on that rank for me. Next up, we have Arcana Academy, and I actually really enjoyed Arcana Academy. This one was the first book that I received with my FairyLoot subscription, and I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to read this series and see how it progresses, but I really enjoyed the magic system. It's very different. It's based off of tarot cards and super very different from what I've read before, and I really enjoyed it. So that one is Thinking About It Constantly because I usually recommend it when people haven't read it. Next up, we have Book Lovers, and Book Lovers, I think I'm going to put it under Forgettable But Fine. I did enjoy it whilst I was reading it, but it's not one of those. I'll probably forget about it in a year or so. And but it was good. It was a very nice romance novel. I really like Emily Henry. I do have fun with her books. They make me laugh. It is in that like 3.5 star, 3.5 star range. Next up, we actually have the first DNF, which is Good Behavior by Molly Kiani. And we got this as a pick for our book club back in March, I believe. March or April. And the writing style wasn't for me. I have nothing against it. I don't think I went over like a 10% into the book when I decided to stop reading it and DNF'd it. Not for me. I'm going to actually put it at the front here. And yes, Great Big Beautiful Life is by Emily Henry. And actually this one I really enjoyed. I really resonated with her and I really enjoyed how it was a story that delved into another story. So you kind of had layers within the stories. And I really enjoyed the concept and the book. Would definitely recommend it if you enjoy romance. Next up is The Holiday Ever After. I had so much fun with it. I remember I laughed a lot throughout the book and it was really nice and cozy. A Hallmark movie put in a book and I love that as a concept. It's great for the season. I really enjoyed it, but it's probably a plot that I'll forget and it'll like mush together with other romance books that I'll read in the future, but really enjoyed. It was good. Happy Place is also under forgettable, but fine. I find like the concept wasn't unique enough for me to be able to remember it in a few years' time, but I still enjoyed the book. It was still a good read. Next up is Hollow, and Hollow is actually one of my favorite books of this year. So I'm going to put it under thinking about it constantly. I've recommended this to everyone ever since I read it. It's one that I went to the bookstore and bought the hardcover, like a limited edition cover with the edges. I am a big fan of Hunger Games, and these reminded me a lot of that in a sense of it takes place in a closed area, like a trial style, and there's like very high stakes, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Next up is In the Veins of the Drowning, and actually this one is also one that I really enjoyed, and I'm so excited for the second book to come along. This is a story, and the relationship between the two main characters was chef's kiss. I really enjoyed it. Really good romantasy. If you enjoy those kind of books, they're my favorite, so this one is up there for me. Next up was The Inheritance Games. It wasn't one of my favorite books, but I did enjoy it as I was reading it. It just felt a little repetitive at times, or maybe I should say over-explainative at times. I get it. I get what you're trying to say. It just kept going back and forth. Like the storyline was good. It's a good premise and it's a good concept, but I really enjoyed the story, but it was not up there for me, but it was still good. It was still enjoyable. Whilst I read it and I enjoyed the journey. Legends and Lattice. I really wanted to love this one. I really didn't. For Legends and Lattice, I think I'm going to put it under forgettable, but fine, because I feel like the concept of it I really liked, and I don't think I will forget about that soon, but the story I probably will. It was very cozy, very low stakes, very like a good palate cleanser book in between like maybe two high fantasy ones. And I did enjoy the characters, but it didn't click for me. Maybe too slow paced for my liking, but I still enjoyed it. Leveling Up is another nonfiction that I read this book, and I actually read this one. It's by Ryan Leake, and I read it after I saw him speak at a conference. I was at a conference for work in Las Vegas, and he came. He was so motivational, energetic, and I totally loved the vibes and thing to do with his speech and his panel. So I really wanted to read the book afterwards, Leveling Up. And I think this is a really nice book if you're in a space in which you're feeling stuck or like you want to look into different options on how you can level up, both professionally as well as personally as well. So it goes on both aspects. And Ryan is so funny, so down to earth, so relatable. I really enjoyed this book and would 100% recommend it. Next one was Just for the Summer. Just for the Summer, I'm going to put it under Enjoy the Journey. This was the first book I read by Abby Jimenez, and I actually really enjoyed it. I love how her books are romance books, but they always have a moral behind it. And I really enjoy the representation she gives for mental health issues. And I find that representation is really important. I really enjoy it on how it's represented throughout the books. For that, I'm going to put it on the Enjoy the Journey, would definitely recommend it. Next up would be A Fate Inked in Blood. And this is the first one, the Saga of the Unfated. And for A Fate Inked in Blood, I'm actually going to put it under Thinking About It Constantly. I really, really enjoyed the first book of the series more than I did the second one. And the main character, I really liked her. I felt like it was very well paced. The storyline felt progressing. There was a couple of things that I didn't anticipate were happening. It was really good. This was another book club pick. Two of the two last ones that I've added on this rank were from book club, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed them. Next one is Mother of Death and Dawn. I read this one. This was, I think, the first one I read in 2025. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy Carissa Broadbent and her books. All of her books I really love, but this particular series, which is called The War of Lost Hearts, I thoroughly enjoyed. And the female main character is one of my favorites of all time. I absolutely adore her. This is one of the first books that I read in 2025, and it was already up there. It was shaping up to be a good year. Next up, we have Onyx Storm, and this is the only book this year that I'm going to put under instant all-time favorite. I love Rebecca Yarros. I love her books. I actually went to the midnight release for Onyx Storm at my local library. There was a little celebration, and then at midnight we all got to get our books. I actually took the day off work the next day to read the entire day. I absolutely love this series, love all the characters, love everything about it. And it's one book that I will reread and reread. I listen to podcasts about it. I never shut up about it, my whole identity. So this was an instant all-time favorite. I really enjoyed the new world building and the new areas that we got. It was chef's kiss. Next up, we have People We Meet on Vacation. And for this one, I'm going to put it under forgettable but fine. And the reason I read this book is because I saw there was a Netflix series coming. And when there are series coming that are based off of books, I like reading the books before the series whenever I can. So that's why I read it. And I actually enjoyed it. I really like the tropes that this book is based off of. I loved the relationship between these two best friends. I really enjoyed it, but it's not one that it would come top of mind when I'm recommending books to someone. It would be someone with a very particular taste, or like that I know that will really enjoy it, if that makes sense. Next up was Phantasma. And Phantasma I'm going to put under Enjoyed the Journey, because I did really like the concept. I like how high stakes it is as well. And I actually would love to read the next book in the series. I believe it's Enchantra, and I think it's already out, but I haven't read it yet. But probably it's very like Halloween-y, dark fantasy, very much for that time of year. So maybe next year I will read the second one. Next time was Good Spirits, and honestly, this is my absolute favorite cover of all time. The artist for this cover is Brittany Keller. I have been following her on Instagram for a very long time. I absolutely love her illustrations and her drawing style. And I literally bought this book because of the cover. I would have bought it even if it was a terrible book, but it actually wasn't that bad. I did want to love it more than I did. I'm going to put it under forgettable, but fine. It didn't fully click for me. I don't know if it's because I didn't fully connect with the characters, but I did enjoy the journey of like going through the story. It just, for me, it feels like one of those that I will forget over time. Would make for a nice reread, especially in the holiday season. I read it very recently because I was in the mood for it, but this is definitely on my 3-star here. Next up, we have Quicksilver. Quicksilver, I did really enjoy it when I read it. I've calmed down about it, but I haven't read Brimstone, which is the next one in the series yet. I'm hoping that I'll be able to read it soon. But I really enjoyed Quicksilver. I really want to see where the story takes us, and let's see. Then Slaying the Vampire Conqueror was also up there for me. Also a Carissa Broadbent book. As I said, I love all of her books, but like her novellas, for whatever reason, are my absolute favorite. Six Scorched Roses was one of my favorite books of last year, and Slaying the Vampire Conqueror is one of my favorite books this year. It was so good. I love the diversity in the characters. I love the magic and how different it is. I absolutely love the main characters, felt super connected to them, and they're my friends. They're my root for them. They actually made an appearance in a later book in the series of the Crown of Nyaxia series, and I love them. Next time we have the Christmas Orphans Club, and this one I'm gonna put under. It wasn't, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't for me. I feel like the storyline felt a little empty at times. Maybe my expectations for the book were different than what the book was, and that's what got me. But I definitely think I would have put like a tier in between DNF and Forgettable But Fine, and I would have put the Orphans Club there. Would not be the first one I would recommend for someone that wants a holiday book, but it was still good. It was still, the characters felt good. I just didn't really like the main girl character. I did really enjoy Finn. I loved him so much, but the main character, which I already forgot the name, Hannah, I believe. Hannah. I didn't really like her. I didn't click with her, so I feel like that didn't help. Then The Fall Risk. This was a very short novella. I read it in a sitting, and also by Abby Jimenez. And same with the other book. I'm going to put it under Enjoyed the Journey. Forgettable. Maybe under Forgettable But Fine. It was good, but it wasn't like, it's a very short book, so you don't have time to really delve into it. I did enjoy the mental health representation, and the storyline was different to what I usually read in like short romances and like short stories. So I did enjoy that part. So probably I'll put it in front of the Orphans Club. Next up, we have another Carissa Broadbent book, and I'm also going to put it under Thinking About It Constantly. I love her books. I love the Crown of Nyaxia series. I cannot wait for the next one. I'm counting down the days. Also, Mish was one of my favorite characters, so I thoroughly enjoyed having a dive into her story, and this was a perfect conclusion of her like duology within the main series, and I really enjoyed it. Next up, we have The Familiar with Leigh Bardugo, and this one I'm going to put under Enjoyed the Journey. I actually really enjoyed the journey of this one. I really like the magic system in this book. I really enjoyed how historically accurate it was. I really liked everything about it. Would definitely recommend to someone that likes historical fiction. Then we have Isabel Allende, and this is The House of the Spirits. I read this one in Spanish, and I really wanted to like it because Isabel Allende is like an amazing writer, but I just struggled with it. The writing style, I don't know if it's because it was such a shift from what I usually read and the type of books that I usually read. Maybe it was just so different that I really wanted to finish it. I think I got to like 60 or 70% before I DNF'd it. So I'm going to call it a soft DNF. I still might finish it someday. I just couldn't get around to finishing it during the book club month. This was another book club pick. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue was another good one that I read this year. I did enjoy the journey. I enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed how different it was, and the duel. Like, I really liked it. Really enjoyed it. Next up, we have The Night Ends with Fire, and this one I'm actually going to put under Thinking About It Constantly. And I really enjoyed this book. It's very different. It's a Mulan retelling, and Mulan is one of my favorite Disney characters. And it was the war aspect of it and the different like politics throughout the book. And yeah, this was our January book club pick, and it was a really good pick. Next one was another book club one, which is The Once and Future Witches. And this one I enjoyed. I really enjoyed the characters, the queer representation. I enjoyed the concept of it and like the sisterhood between the three main characters and how different they are from one another and how they come together under this one very magical journey, if that makes sense. I loved how the world setting was. I loved the women's rights aspect of the book. I thoroughly enjoyed it and would definitely recommend. The Serpent and the Wolf. I remember enjoying it when I read it, but when I actually imported all the images here, I was like, what is that book? Did I read that book? What was it about? So already forgetting it. I'm gonna put it down here. It's an enemies to lovers. I love that trope. And forced proximity, I think it's arranged marriage as well, if I remember correctly. Please don't quote me on this. So I did really like it, but I honestly forgot about it. Forgot that I read it. It got buried under all the other better books that I read this year. And then the last one I read was Vicious, and I have a similar thing as of The Serpent and the Wolf. I think I really enjoyed it when I read whilst I was reading it. It's just that I forgot about the book already. So I read these as a book club pick earlier in the year, and I know there's a second, but honestly, if you were to ask me right now, I don't fully remember everything that happened. I would have to go and read a summary of the book to be able to read the second one. So I'm not sure that I will. So this is how my year went. Very heavy on like the middle tier books. I read really good books this year, and I was so happy that Onyx Storm came out as well at the beginning of the year. That was a big highlight for me. But yeah, these are the books. This is how I rank them. If you'd like to chat more about any of the books, or if I missed anything, please do let me know in the comments down below. And will you be setting any goals for next year for reading? I think I'm going to be setting a similar goal to this year in that like 30 area. I feel like that's a comfort area for me, not too much and not too little. Let me know if you would like to see more reading related videos or like book related videos in the channel. Thank you so much for sticking with me if you got to the end, and I will see you all in the next video. Okay, goodbye everyone.